Yes, Hamzambo family. Welcome to the Fit for Corresponding show on the Blackout Fan Network Media for the 21st century. We hope that you're having a fantastic Thursday. Wherever you are, I hope that this particular day finds you in utmost health. And of course, I also do hope that you're taking care of yourself because we always do get to say that your health is your health on the Blackout Fan Network. I do see the Gold Professor. You are with us. You're saying good morning, everyone. It's a Gold Professor. Good morning to you too. I was just about to ask whether you're coming from the Gold Coast, which is also known as Ivory Coast. That is where you would have a professor coming from the gold region. But anyhow, welcome to the broadcast. It's always a delight. I understand you have a couple of more professors on the network as well. I'm not sure. I had kid calling Baron Scott a professor. Now, I'm not sure whether Baron Scott is also a professor. But it's always good when you do have a couple of professors also in the building because in the midst of professors, you know that there will be a whole lot of information and knowledge transpiring or being shared, to the masses. But anyhow, this is a Blackout Financial Media for the 21st century. And of course, our goal is really to have a better understanding of the continent of Africa on the 54 corresponding show. There are so many stereotypes. There are so many stories put out about the continent of Africa. Most of them are actually false. So when you come on the Blackout Financial 54 corresponding show, we get to demystify some of these issues or some of these stereotypes against the continent. If you look at our Western media, you will find Africa being really painted as a dark continent, not because of the melanated people, but because it's really painted in the negative. And they always do say that white is right, and of course everything else is not right. But anyhow, on this particular broadcast, we get to delve into the continent of Africa, share African knowledge, share African history, and even chart a way forward for the future of the continent and also for the future of our Black people worldwide. African people worldwide. It doesn't matter whether you are in the Caribbean right now, or whether you are actually in South America, in Brazil, or whether you are in the US, wherever you might be, as a Black person, our goal is really to inspire collective African consciousness and bring our people together in terms of addressing matters that have to do with us as an African people or as a Black people globally. So therefore, feel much welcome. In case you are joining us for the very first time, my name is Spikes, and I am excited to have your company today. I hope that you will get to engage with us on some of the issues that we shall be highlighting or we shall be discussing right here on the 54 Corresponding Show with the Black Horse Fire Network. I want to share with us some wonderful words of wisdom, like I always do on the shows. And these are words of wisdom coming from Mauritius. Mauritius is an island nation. We have a couple of island nations right here on the continent, the likes of the Comoros, the likes of Mauritius, the likes of Seychelles, the likes of Sao Tome and Principe, the likes of Cape Verde. These are some of the countries that you have on the continent that are island nations. And you would expect, for me, when I went to for the few times I've been to the coastal, to the Kenyan coast, and I've also gone to Mombasa, which is also, you will also find a couple of islands on there. The thing I like about islands is that everything moves at a slower pace on the islands. You know, everyone is like, even not even on the islands really, but even also on the coastal regions, you do find that life moves at a slower pace. I'm not sure whether you get to agree with me, but people seem to be a little bit more laxed, and yeah, everyone is really taking their time to do anything. If at all you're going there for maybe some experience, a vacation, you find things going at a slower pace, not like with the cities. You know, if you go to coastal towns, go to islands, you know, the pace is a little bit slower. But I wanted to share with us some wonderful words of wisdom from Mauritius. These are proverbs from the nation known as Mauritius. One of them, it reads, when a leader changes mood, followers change the place of their abode. When a leader changes mood, followers change the place of their abode. And I think he's talking about the mood of a leader, and or even their outlook. You know how it also gets to affect the followers or the people being led. That is what happens. Another one reads: a hen cannot lay eggs and hatch them in the same day. A hen cannot lay eggs and hatch them in the same day. So this really it talks about patience. You know, you have to be very, very much patient. You know, whatever that you are doing, when you start a journey, you do not expect that the results will be automatic or the results will happen the same next minute. And that is what the people of Mauritius, they did get to say that when a hen cannot lay eggs and hatch them in the same day. Of course, it takes 21 days for the hatching of these eggs, and therefore this calls for the patience. Whatever you are actually trying to achieve this particular year, have a little bit more patience with yourself. It's very, very much important that you have a little bit of a patience with yourself. And but that does not mean that you slack. It means that you keep on being persistent, and eventually you will be able to achieve what you are looking out for. I want to share with us briefly on the island of Mauritius, or what you would expect if you to have a visit of Mauritius. And this is a little bit of what you would expect if you went there. I was just saying, for my experience, for the few times I've been to the coastal province and maybe two other islands, things are really, you know, there is a slow pace to everything. But anyhow, this is what you find in Mauritius.
Where's that at, Spike?
This is actually at Mauritius. The capital city is known as Port Louis in Mauritius, which I
So
was
you
also
got
comparing. Yes,
so you got to do the Seychelles. Now you're going down to the Mauritius.
yesterday I took up the family all the way to Djibouti, and Djibouti is messed up. Yesterday we were doing a video about Djibouti. Djibouti is nuts. When you're in Djibouti, you're overlooking Yemen, and everywhere it's littered. Everywhere in Djibouti, we have the
Wow.
Islamic writings everywhere. Yeah, we have the Islamic writings everywhere in Djibouti, and they are asking you for $100 for you to take pictures. And even when you're taking pictures, you might be taken in for questioning. Djibouti is crazy. I wouldn't. Mauritius is all right. Seychelles is good. This is why I'm sharing Mauritius.
Yeah.
But yesterday we had the vision, and we were showing Djibouti.
Yeah, Mauritius is off the southern coast of Madagascar over there. It's south of Seychelles.
Yeah, it is. It's bigger.
Is it bigger than Seychelles?
Yeah,
Mauritius
I believe it's
okay.
I believe it's bigger, but I'll confirm. I believe it's bigger than Seychelles because
Okay.
the other day we were saying Seychelles is super expensive. I wish I was able to find the video with the rate the ranking or how the people get to spend on Mauritius. I would believe it's not really much different from Seychelles. But
I believe
anyhow, I wish you saw the video yesterday from Djibouti.
Yeah, I believe it would be just expensive. You seen the video from where?
No, I was saying I wish you saw the video from Djibouti yesterday. The place is crazy.
I'll check it out now. I didn't get a chance to watch it yet.
Let me see. I'll just play a minute of it before I go on with Seychelles here. Before I go on with Mauritius, let me show us a little bit of Djibouti, and then you will know Djibouti is not a place to play with.
That wasn't a place. That wasn't on my travel guide anyway. I had no intention of ever going no damn Djibouti.
This is what was going on with Djibouti. It's very, very similar. The conditions are very similar to Somalia. It's like you all actually in Somalia, only that you're now not in Somalia. You are, it's the same.
Well, right by Somalia, of course. Exactly, it's the same area. So, yes, it's the same bullshit.
Let me show what's going
on. It's a very strange place. Everything is gated. There is razor sharp barbed wire on every single wall. I don't think I've ever been to
so much corruption and crime
with this much.
That's all Africa's got these compounds. I ain't not trying to start with Africa myself. Why is everything gated in these compounds? What the hell? The Europeans set it up because they made Africans impoverished. So all these houses you get all got these everybody's got a compound. And that's Africa wide. In the black part of Africa, I don't care if you're in, like I said, Gambia, Kenya, everybody's got these fucking Ghana. They've got these compounds. Like, what's with all this compound shit? Oh, they impoverish everybody. You got to get a compound so you can knock somebody in the head and try to get into your house, killing you, stealing your shit. Like when Jim Mosquito said when he went back, his mother went back to Ghana and bought a house. They were trying to kill her. And Ghana tried to rob her, take her car, and knock her in the head. She got slipping. She got slipping for all those years living in England. Thought you just go come back, build your nice house, have your car, and ain't nobody plotting on you.
That is why we do have all these gated communities. And now for Djibouti, it's much more than if you go to maybe compare Djibouti with some other residences, maybe around maybe like Kigali, you're not so many gated like this. Let me share.
No, not like that because not like that because the crime is not as bad. You're right. He's put a level of love of each other. Africans have been taught to hate themselves, so you live in a war zone all the time.
So this is actually Djibouti city, which is also the name of the country. The country and the capital city is the same. It's a tiny country. So that is what they also have.
Well, it's a tiny country because it was part of Ethiopia. There's some more renegade ass Ethiopians in Djibouti. This is Ethiopia. This is Abyssinia. Get out of here. Fraction out to another smaller country. Stupid.
In Djibouti. It's a very strange place. Everything is gated. There is razor sharp barbed wire on every single wall.
All right.
I don't think
you ain't getting there without getting all cut the fuck up.
Unwarranted. Yeah. I mean, yes, it's a port. It's in a strategic location across from Yemen, but it's a bit overkill. I was able to find some snacks. The hotel front desk told me there's no shops nearby, but a Google Maps had a different store. This buffet, finish up with that, then head straight out, have a good 4 hours of sights. And I did do some research, and that is the Gulf of Aden. So the Red Sea is actually on the other side of Djibouti. This is the Gulf of Aden. So across from here would be Yemen, the south coast of Yemen. So very close to where I'm heading in Oman in the next few weeks. All right, I'm heading out for a day of sightseeing here in Djibouti. You can see that much of the city is quite in a state of disrepair. It is pretty much absolutely true what you hear in the guidebooks. There is really nothing here.
Yeah, that's a tourist place for me.
I'm hoping that there'll be more interest down in the city center. But as of right now,
it's disrepaired because it should have been part of Ethiopia, where it would have been a province of Ethiopia, getting the money of Ethiopia and keeping it as a functional county or a functional state area. Now it's left alone to its own devices, and there's nothing to really trade with anybody. No one's coming to Djibouti to the party, so there's no income coming in. So of course, the place is in disrepair. Should have never left Ethiopia. That's why it's moronic.
And there is nothing really happening now here. Let me show you.
Djibouti.
Yeah,
beautiful gates. I'll give it that. Really colorful buildings here along the Boulevard de la République. Still not downtown. It's been about 25, 30 minutes, but my hotel is quite far on the very north end of the peninsula. So it's going to take me a while to get down there. And I started to see some downtown-like buildings, so that's a good sign. This is the Djibouti railway station. It's the end of the line from Addis Ababa. Some Arabic writing on the side of the buildings down here. And there is just a ton of trash everywhere. So kind of hidden in the lots of the buildings, you can see just them being used as kind of informal garbage dumps. So that's disheartening.
Yeah, that's what you don't care about yourself. The country, people have no pride. They don't care. They're impoverished. They don't even have yourself love, so you can have everything dirty and fucked up.
And also,
oh well.
And also,
how we live.
Yeah, like Somali, they also do not have water. We were saying yesterday that maybe perhaps they were pumping water from the sea and are doing the removing the salt from that. They would
reverse osmosis.
Yeah, but that is also, I understand, it's also very energy intensive. There's a lot of energy you have to use to do that processes. But anyhow, they do not have really much water. That is why the place is stinking.
No, you get the
energy.
You get the energy from the waves of the ocean. It wouldn't be energy intensive to do that. You get the energy from the ocean. From the current of the
camera away, those where if they see you,
you cannot even go with cameras are here.
With the camera, you are instantly interrogated, and the worst case is very much possible. So, not the friendliest.
What are you doing with the camera here? Are you talking? Are you trying to film Muhammad? Muhammad is not here. He's gone to heaven on his donkey. What are you doing?
The thing is, if I told you go to any, if personally, if I go to any country and there are Arab writings everywhere, it makes you feel some type of way. I'm not saying that you're going to be blown up the next minute, but it makes you feel some type of way. So you're moving around everywhere. They are writing in Arabic on the wall. You do not even know what the writings mean. You might find yourself in trouble.
It makes you feel fucked up about some type of way. It makes you say, I gotta get out of here.
That's pretty colorful.
I'm some nigga running down the street hollering with a bomb on his back.
A lot of French brands here. So there's a Leader Price supermarket.
They have a French supermarket. I don't know who invested anyhow.
Right outside of the post office. Pretty colorful. They put a lot of work into this. a lot of French brands here. So there's a leader price supermarket.
Well, because you had the French and other people break up Ethiopia from Italy, and the French break it up. So of course they gonna go in and put their shit in it. Then the black people now gonna own it. So whatever little money they got in Djibouti, the whites are getting it. You know, shit. Negroes on it, huh?
Even for Djibouti, I have never had the Djibouti government asking, having an investment drive. Like I was saying with South Africa, they are looking for investors from outside. Djibouti doesn't really care whether there is investment or not. They are.
Who's going to come to Djibouti and invest where? What? You can't invest in anything. Everybody's moronic. Everybody's uneducated. Djibouti people are stupid. I'm putting no money up in that fucked up country. It's corrupt as hell. Where my money gonna go? Are you crazy? Put no money. Got graffiti and trash. Told you, Spikes. You jump an average country is. You got trash in the streets. I told you about the mindset. People fucked up in the head. I'm not putting no money in there. Crazy.
But I see a couple of taxis outside these hotels. There are two of them with the red with the green signs here. But anyhow, let me play it.
Yeah, somebody shows up.
Tons of old French colonial architecture all around. So it's really beautiful actually over here. Lots of greenery. You could probably mistake this for your average street in Paris.
Yeah, French architecture.
Pretty beautiful.
He was actually arrested by the
Hi,
police.
I'm Susan. I am a software developer from Lagos, Nigeria. I have 3 years experience using Ruby and
Yeah,
Rails.
arrested what now?
He was arrested while filming.
You told me asking the police.
Sorry?
The police, you asking.
Why are they so upset about the cameras here?
No, listen, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
You know the station police, you over there,
Yeah.
it's like a writing the bill.
They're upset about the cameras because they know the country's fucked up, and you're not to show how fucked up it is. They want to lies. Come to Djibouti. It's fun. It's good.
He was arrested.
Then I show my camera work. I say, no, it's not fun. It's not good. Come to Djibouti.
Yeah, really funny, eh? The police make money off of the tourists.
Yeah.
That's really beautiful, though, eh?
Yeah.
Is it made from coral?
Yeah.
Coral building.
Yeah, coral.
Oh, really beautiful.
Yeah.
Huh.
Take a picture, no problem. I'll watch you back.
All right, the cops tried to charge me $100 just to take a few photos downtown. So there's a lot of bribery here. I'm gonna head back to the hotel and relax and go to the pool because this is not working out.
What is bribery? People broke. They don't got you one cracker come every 100 days. They gonna get their money from you. They ain't got no money. Hey, how much it cost to get downtown? For you, special deal. Special deal. We like white people. $100. The guy said be $7, but you $100. You got money, right? You got money? You got money, right? You got money? Every dog. That's them letting you know they about to, that's them letting you know they about to rob your white ass. You got money, right? You got money? You got money, right?
But
you wonder why people want to get out of them fucked up countries, why people fleeing to Europe, you raggedy ass, those kind of African countries that are underdeveloped, crazy, littered. Shit. I'll jump on a boat to get the hell out of there too. Look at that shit. God damn.
How they're moving.
Evidently, he knows where to go to avoid the police, so very useful. Pretty filthy here.
Look at that. Oh man. About what? Nobody come and invest in that shit. Spikes, are you insane? They probably need some investment. From who? Who's investing in that shit? Talking about.
Yeah, I was talking about it yesterday, but anyhow, it's sad and it's crazy. And Anyhow,
That's what you got. That's what you got. That's what happens when you got a despotic leader. Doesn't teach the people shit. People don't give a shit about nothing because they don't know shit. They haven't taught them love themselves or even anything of value. That's what happens.
In other countries in Africa, we do have people that are responsible for cleaning the streets. You know, every morning they have to be there at 5 a.m. Make sure the streets are clean. Make sure things are looking good, like in Kigali and even in Nairobi. Even in Nairobi, if you go to Nairobi early in the morning in the city, you'll find people at 5 a.m. or 5:30 in the morning.
You should.
Cleaning the city.
It's like in America, you're supposed to. Not going to have trash and garbage and shit thrown everywhere.
It's garbage anywhere, you know. But anyway, the cleanest streets I believe on the continent are in Kigali. And this is Mauritius. Let me share a little bit of Mauritius before you go into the matters of Rwanda, because there's something going on in Rwanda right now. People are
what's happening with Rwanda?
This is in Mauritius still, before you go to Kigali.
You don't see trash and dirt everywhere. You don't see trash and garbage. So why? Because white people got control of it.
You also do not see Arabic writings on the wall everywhere.
Yeah.
Where your movie is like, you don't know whether they are telling you this area is unrestricted or something. You might not know what the Arabic writings are saying on the wall.
The Djibouti tourist office. I wonder why we don't get many tourists. Could it be you got trash and open garbage and graffiti everywhere? Could that be it? I'm not sure. I think it's because Allah doesn't want us to have people up in our country. Okay, moron.
Could it be the $100 bribe that you're asking for on the streets for everyone are taking pictures? Could it be? Mauritius, I also believe, was a French colony, if I'm not mistaken. So people here will be speaking in French. But let me just confirm it.
So what the Mauritius most likely was is next because Madagascar was one, and that's right off the coast of Madagascar. So most likely it was. You can look at the architecture and see if it's English or French, Spike.
So
I usually can.
So Ireland became a French colony in September 1715. Yeah, it was a French colony.
Yeah, 1715.
It was within okay, yeah, it was just confirming that the fact.
Yeah, you can look at the architecture. You can between English architecture and French architecture. Like when you go to New Orleans, you know New Orleans is French architecture.
New Orleans, wasn't it taken over by the Spaniards at some point?
Nah, it was always the French. The French always had it. Spain was at first, but they never really colonized it. But who made it to a city, I think, was the French. So when you go down to New Orleans, you know it's French decor. That's why it's called, the most famous part of the city is called the French Quarter. Because the French, you know, you tell their type of design of building is different than the British type of design. At that time, the British and the French were the two biggest. Well, when Spain started to wane in the early, I would say late 17th century, the two superpowers that emerged around the planet were really the French and the British. So around the world, mostly you would see French architecture or British architecture. Spanish too, but you still see Spain, but not as prevalent everywhere because they were a waning power. They started waning in the 17th century.
I also believe for most parts of the continent here, we did have the Portuguese having an interest first. So I'm not sure about Portuguese architecture, but for example,
the Portuguese is just the Spain. It's just the same as Spain. That's Spanish architecture. Same thing. Portuguese, as you know, it really wasn't even a country until the Moors lost power in what you call Spain or Al-Andalus. That it become two separate countries, Portuguese and Spain. Because there's only really one sector, one empire, where they break up into two countries. So it's really the same. That's why Portuguese is so close to Spanish. It's it's so similar that you can understand. If you're Portuguese, you understand somebody speaking Spanish, and if you're Spanish, you understand someone speaking Portuguese.
Yeah, and also, but for the continent, we only have like 5 countries or 4 countries that speak Portuguese: Angola, Mozambique.
Yeah, but they were waning power. They didn't become. They were already waning. They started, like I said, in the late 1700s. The Spanish and the Portuguese started becoming a waning power, and then you had the Northern Europeans like England, the Dutch, in the Netherlands, and France started becoming a major power. At the beginning, because they had more knowledge, it was the Spanish and Portuguese you see dominating the planet. They were the dominant power over the English, over the French, because they had all that knowledge from the Moors. So they were your original dominant power. Was because if you look it up, the Netherlands, when we think of the Dutch was a colony, was really a colony of the Spanish. Like, I looked at it. You look how powerful the Spain had colonies inside of Europe. The Dutch were colonized, but was a colony of Spain. They weren't a country. They were colonies of Spain.
They were really powerful. Yeah, they were really powerful then.
Mm-hmm.
They were really powerful.
You hear about this video on TikTok claiming to show a mermaid washed up on the shore in Kenya or South Africa? Nah, I haven't heard it. I haven't seen it.
I haven't heard about it either. Is it a woman off the shore in South Africa? I think it was from the flooding. Yeah. Are you talking about the flooding you were talking about yesterday? There was a situation. Now the numbers have gone up to 300 people dying in South Africa from in Durban, at the port city in Durban. So it might be where the woman has been washed up. It might be there. Because
somebody said, I think somebody said it was supposed to be a mermaid. I'm sure it's a hoax. Spice can look it up.
There wasn't. I saw the video. There's a video I saw on Instagram about a mermaid. There was nothing like that. That is a hoax. I can't really remember on what Instagram it was posted. I saw the video. Can I remember? I'll pull it up. But that wasn't a mermaid. What you were talking about, the situation from yesterday's show, I was talking about the Durban, the floods in Durban, where houses have been washed up. Families, children, 300. The death toll right now is.
Was it raining hard, Spike? Because I thought
it was raining hard. It was raining hard, and also there was some landslides. So
because you're talking about, I guess that's going to help a lot of the drought. Remember, South Africa had been suffering from drought or something, but landslides and people dying. I didn't know it was that bad. Wow.
Yeah, we have about 300 people that have died from in Durban. Yeah.
Wow.
The other day I was talking about 16, and then they go to 19, and then it go to 20. Right now, I understand the number is at over 300. The rainfall must have been pretty tough. But I want to share with us this video from Mauritius. I will also get that video that you're talking about, Sister Michelle. I think I might get it from. Let me see if I get it. It was actually here on Instagram where people were talking about a mermaid. It was just another hoax, another made up.
Mermaid. Let me see the mermaid. This mermaid lady. Mermaid lady with a wig on? Yeah, this mermaid black lady with a wig. Okay.
that was the video going around, and our people are moron, right? That is why you find people giving it a thought. And right there, talking about where the mermaid has been spotted. This was from a video. I don't know who actually made it up, but this is graphics. Someone who edited that particular video. I wish I was able to find it. I came across it somewhere. I did not even give it too much thought, but I saw it somewhere. Is it on this page? Yeah, it's actually on this page. Let me show you what you're talking about. I found it here. Let me show you, Sister.
We got to be politically correct. Michelle, you can't say mermaid. That says it's be a woman. We got to say it's a mer person. We don't know the gender. Go ahead. Okay. Let me see. can't really see it. Shit. I can't really see it.
Yeah, it's I'm not able to expand the screen. It's from an
Yeah,
Instagram.
it's okay. I
From
know.
an
I get it. It's an Instagram
Instagram.
thing.
Yeah, it's an
What
Instagram
does it look
app.
like? Does it look real? Does it like a hoax? Was it got a woman? What is it?
For me, it looks like a hoax to me. If you ask me,
Mm.
I don't believe this is an original video. Looks like a child. From what I do see here, I
Okay.
cannot will put the authenticity of
Is the mermaid black or white?
it's black and it has a long like mzungu hair on it.
Does it got arms or anything? Or has arms
It
or some
has
shit?
it has the arms there, and that is why I
Is it
claim that
alive or is it alive or is it dead? Is it moving?
it's
Is it
alive.
alive? Okay.
It's alive from what I can see, but I do not believe in this. I believe this is some hoax. I don't believe. I don't believe that to be.
Put some nigga in a mermaid outfit filming.
Yeah, because it's Zungu, it's in the a black body from the top I could see, and also with the long hair, which is also does not make any sense to me. But anyhow, that is a link of the video. If you're looking it up on
Exactly.
Instagram.
Why would this African mermaid person have African hair then? How they gonna have white people hair? Nah, it just don't. No. No, I'm not buying it.
But anyhow, I'll leave that alone because I don't believe.
I'm gonna pick it. I'm gonna pick the ass up and throw it right back in the sea. Get your ass out of here. Get in there.
That is what Sister Michelle was asking about. I showed you the video. You can watch it and make your own conclusions. For me, I think it's don't take it seriously. But anyhow, I was talking about Mauritius, showing you what's good. I bet there is also a bunch of mermaids in Mauritius there. But anyhow, this is what happens. This is what happens with Mauritius. But for facts, if you go to Mauritius, you'll find a bunch of white people. It's like you kid. You remember there was a place I shared a video from. I think this was in Tasmania or one of those islands in Australia, which was really beautiful, where we were looking for a black person there.
Tasmania.
Yeah, it looks really wonderful. And also some other nearby islands, which are really beautiful. And this is also the kind of a beauty you will also find here in Mauritius. No one will be bothering in Mauritius. If you want to spend the whole day filming, you can knock yourself out. If you want to spend the whole day by a pool, no one will be asking you anything. Like you'd have in Djibouti, you can film almost everything, I believe, without much, without
of course. Beautiful. Sad. Yeah. Most of the Africans have become barbaric and moronic, and just countries are unlivable. Countries are unlivable. If I was born in Djibouti, I'd be trying to get the fuck out of there too.
So this is a little bit of what you find. For one fact, I do know is that we do not have manufacturing on these islands. What happens is that
good grammar and spelling are important.
You don't need. They got tourism. They got enough tourism. got enough tourism to support the country because people want to go to Mauritius. And nobody going to no fucking Djibouti. Shit. People want to go to Mauritius. It's calm, beautiful. Got to worry about nobody. Somebody give me $100 to go here. Get out of here. So what's happening? What's happening in Rwanda? You were talking about, Spike.
What I was saying is that in Rwanda right now, they are doing something similar with what they had done earlier. The UK government, I think this is one of the ministers from the UK. Right now, she's expected in Rwanda. I believe she's going in today. And they are supposed to be making a deal with the UK such that now Rwanda will be taking in the immigrants. You know, when the immigrants are trying to go into the UK, they will be rerouted back to Rwanda, which is crazy because the African Union.
you niggas going back to Africa. But they probably will. They probably getting a hefty sum of money. So, in one aspect, I see Kagame's good side because he's such an authoritarian. He'll say, hey, when you get here, all your tribal shit goes. We can't be the tribe. No, that's got to go, nigga. You go back to your country then. We're going to give you that probably give him a big labor force of people he can use for manufacturing and other things like that. And I'm sure he's getting paid by the Europeans. He's not just doing that because he's being nice. He's not taking no refugees without getting no money.
So there's the Britain has reached a deal with to resettle asylum seekers in Rwanda, and they are saying that the government of the UK, they have had an agreement. Although the government of Rwanda has not really spoken out on it, the policy targets cross-channel migrants in small boats. Thousands could be sent to Rwanda under the deal, according to Boris Johnson.
Yep. Once you Negroes make your pack around across the Mediterranean and you walk all the way from the Mediterranean, from Italy, from Spain to France, and you cross over the channel, make it to England. Oh, made it to England. The damn England say, surprise, nigga, we put you in a plane right back to Africa.
Some of them will commit to say, would imagine coming. You would imagine coming. We're
gonna treat you like we did. They're gonna treat you like they did in America to the Haitians. Fly your ass right back to Haiti. Right back to Africa. So we made it. I'm seeking asylum in England. Okay, nigga. We're gonna fly you to the Northern England town. Is this don't look like Northern England? It sure ain't. Africa, nigga.
So, you imagine coming from Djibouti, having survived the trip, across the Mediterranean to get to UK, and the next thing you know is that you're on a plane being taken back to a village in Rwanda. It would be crazy. This is what is happening now with that. Let me tell you about this.
You be mad as shit.
This positive approach, driven by our shared humanitarian impulse and made possible by Brexit freedoms, will provide safe and legal routes for asylum while disrupting the business model of the gangs. Because it means that economic migrants taking advantage of the asylum system will not get to stay in the UK, while those in genuine need will be properly protected, including with access to legal services on arrival in Rwanda, and given the opportunity to build a new life in that dynamic country, supported by the funding we are providing.
They're saying, we don't want you niggas here, and you niggas are going back to Africa.
Yeah, it says that you're going to be getting legal help. You're going to get legal help in Rwanda. You can't forget.
You're gonna get that. We're going to that dynamic country, Rwanda, where it's dynamic, and we will give Kagame $3 a year for all you niggas. Each person, you'll get a whole $3. You can leave Rwanda. Kagame's not gonna stop you from leaving. You can walk your ass right back to your country.
And you're not going to have access to these. The Nigerians are there trying to get these white women. You can forget as well having access to these white women. You can instead.
You can forget that shit. You're gonna be right back. You're gonna be right over in Kigali or whatever. You'll be right up in the damn forest with the gorillas, whatever the little town in Rwanda. You niggas, that's you damn Nigerian niggas. What the hell is going on here? What is going on here with these damn gorillas? I went to see the white women in England. They sent me here to this island, to this part of place called Rwanda with these damn stinking gorillas.
But well, yeah, welcome to the dynamic country, which is very dynamic, and they can as well go enjoy the
nigga, you better put on your shoes. You can get you some Nikes or some good track shoes. A long run down to South Africa. That's gonna be your next choice.
That's the next. You can actually go get some residence in Orania, the all-white community in South Africa. But these are
protected, including with access to legal services on arrival in Rwanda, and given the opportunity to build a new life in that dynamic country, supported by the funding we are providing. The deal we've done is uncapped, and Rwanda will have the capacity to resettle tens of thousands of people in the years ahead. And let's be clear, Rwanda.
Let's be clear. You niggas are going back to Africa one way or the other. Let's be clear.
This is pushing the defense. I hope they do not get General Mosquito on a plane trying to take him to Rwanda. I hope
hey, I'm a citizen. I'm a citizen. When we pass the laws, all you niggas got to go.
The next meeting, they have deported Zero Mosquito and his friends to Rwanda.
He said, I'm Ghanaian. I'm Ghanaian. Take me back to Ghana. No, you take your way. We take you to Rwanda. You get your own way back to Ghana.
It's going to be tough.
Globally recognized for its record on welcoming and integrating migrants. Later this year, it will welcome leaders from across the Commonwealth. And before the pandemic, in 2018, the IMF said Rwanda was the world's fourth fastest growing economy. We're confident that our new migration partnership is fully compliant with our international legal obligations. But nevertheless, we expect this will be challenged in the courts.
Nevertheless, you niggas are getting out of here. You're getting out of here.
They don't care. And when they get to Rwanda, the next thing they know, they are in camps. But of course, for Rwanda, he will be able to get a free extra labor or a month.
Have I said? Have I said yet? Have I said you better get some cheap ass good labor? And the government's like, give money, say, hey, you'll not be sitting around camps in Rwanda. All you Negroes, chop, chop. There's work to be done. You'll be building roads, cleaning brush, cleaning the forest, and building homes. Chop, chop, chop.
Every other Saturday. When it comes to the weekends, what happens in Rwanda when I was there in 2019?
They clean.
Well, they clean. Yeah, every other Saturday, you have to be part of a group, and you have to be taking.
All right. There go your mop and your mop bucket and broom, nigga. Here you go. Welcome to Rwanda.
So you can imagine if you're coming from a country which is really not English speaking or French speaking, and now you're there in Rwanda, you'd have to figure your way out. It's not English speaking, it's not French.
You'll figure out.
If you're coming from you go figure.
I must admit, Africans are really good at picking up languages, man, because Africans always speak like 2 or 3 languages. So I will say Africans are good at learning languages. So, hey, you'll learn this shit. You don't need to speak the language. Somebody give you a broom and a mop bucket and say, point right there.
The Africans, I remember there was a story about this woman who came from Congo. She went all the way up and I ended up, I think, in Brazil. And then I think I finally went to Canada.
She ended up in Brazil for years.
Yeah.
And Yes, and she spoke nothing but French and Swahili, she said.
Yeah.
So she ended up in Brazil, but they don't speak none of that shit. Don't speak no French, no Swahili. They speak Portuguese. She stayed there, like she said, 3 or 4 years, and they moved all the way up to Colombia. They stayed there like 2 years. Then Colombia, they decided to finally make that mad dash to the jungle. You got some of the worst. Don't tell me no jungles in Africa. Central America is where you got them jungles at, Jack, with them dangerous animals. So they went from Colombia up to Panama, up to Costa Rica up to Nicaragua, El Salvador, and up to Mexico up to United States, United States of Canada. God damn, that lady lucky. How she make?
Yeah.
How she make? I think they got her husband. I think they locked his ass up, sent his ass back to the Congo.
If I told you to make that journey only to reach Nicaragua for you to be deported back to your own country and then have to start again, you break your soul.
Yeah, because you don't speak.
Yeah.
Because in those countries with Spanish, I mean, Brazil's the outlier with Portuguese, then all the other countries are all Spanish. And then from Spanish to American Canada's English. She didn't know none of that shit because there was no French or no Swahili coming up through those countries. So she had to learn those languages, man.
Yeah.
To survive.
Yeah. It's really tough.
Because you're on the outskirts of society, Spikes. She's on the outskirts. You know, you're on the outskirts of society. So you better learn that shit or you'll get taken advantage of. You know, people always trying to find the weak link and take advantage of you. So, especially being black, coming up through them small places, you say, how much does it cost for you to guide me here? And you don't know there, you don't speak that language. They, you know, because remember, she always had to stop somewhere and work a year, 2 years to get the money to get to the next place. That's why she stayed like 3 years in Brazil. How she got to Brazil blew my eyes. How the hell she let her get to Brazil? Shit. Myra been trying to get to Brazil. He got goddamn a passport. Lady ain't got no passport. How'd she get her ass in Brazil? Her and her family. So then she went to Colombia, stayed in Colombia. Like you said, around black people. Black people will teach you.
Always getting into problems.
Especially outside of Africa, because they don't put, outside of Africa, you don't got that tribal shit. So there's no animosity with that tribal dumb shit. When other African people on the off the continent see you, there's going to be a certain sense of camaraderie and love for you. So a lot of people, you also have people that are going to try to take advantage of you too. That's black, but more than likely, you're going to find somebody who wants to help you because you're them, and they're going to want to take you in and start teaching you these languages, teach you Portuguese, and then when you get to Colombia, they're going to start teaching you Spanish. It's like that. That's how Goopy Mara learned. Like you said, somebody black in Colombia start teaching them how to speak Spanish. That's what we do because there's no tribal shit going on. That tribal shit is such a detriment to African people. Oh, I want to teach you this tribe. I'm against all that stupid shit. Outside the continent, also they see you as the link back to the motherland, and some people, so they want to help you. Go ahead.
Some people have actually criticized this particular move. This is one of the reporters also criticizing the moves. But I don't know, they will not be taking any white people to Rwanda. They will be taking the Africans that have tried to leave Africa. They will not be taking any white people.
They're not taking no white. They're not taking no white. They're not taking no white little aliens going in from like the Ukraine and Eastern Europe. Those are white people. They don't want your black ass in there. That's about race, not about illegal immigrants. About race.
But this is also, they're saying this plan is going to affect a single men who cross the channel in small boats. So these are young men who will also be part of the workforce. They will be integrated in the workforce in Rwanda. So it might also be a plus for Kagame, like you said earlier. But
that's what I said. It's going to be young men. We're going to give them a workforce. Yeah.
Let's to Zoe Gardner from the Joint Council for the Welfare of Immigrants. Zoe, thank you for joining us this morning on BBC News as well. At a time when people in the UK have shown a huge amount of compassion and support for refugees fleeing the war in Ukraine, what do you make of this policy?
Well, thank you for having me, Anissa. Yes, I have to echo the sentiments that have been expressed already. This policy is despicable. It's an absolute disgrace.
Exactly. They're not sending no Ukrainians to no damn Rwanda.
Yeah, and the time they get there, they are being told to pick up the brush and the shovel. They will not be taken to Rwanda. For them, they will be allowed to stay in the UK.
Welcoming and want to help refugees for contribution. We've shown that with Ukraine. We also saw an incredibly generous and open-hearted response to the crisis in Afghanistan. The government is completely out of step here.
Done already. All right. Appreciate you, bro. Close these doors up.
Have survived atrocities and war, and packing them up halfway around the world to a poor country. It is despicable.
Is the government out of step with all of the public, though?
So this lady is complaining that it's unspeakably cruel because they are being sent to a poor country. That is a point she's raising. That Rwanda is there, it's a poor country. Why would you take people to a poor country like that? That's a view.
Because clearly people who support the government have listened to what it said about taking back control of borders, and the government would argue. We heard Adam Fleming say this was actually a one-way ticket to Rwanda for people who have arrived in the UK illegally. So what's the government to do if it is to try to manage the system?
Well, what does a one-way ticket mean to somebody who has already made a journey through hell, experiencing the enormous risk of death, enormous risk of trafficking, abuse, slavery, to finally make it to safety in the UK, where they believe that this is the best place for them, perhaps because they have family or language connection? So
what they're saying is that Rwanda is going to be given 125 million pounds as the initial part of the deal. I'm not sure that the whole sum or the total amount of this particular deal, but Kagame is making a killing as well. But this will also impact services in his own country because, for example, if in the healthcare system, they do not have budgets where these systems can accommodate the populace itself, or the population, the already existing population, and you also add 10,000 more people, or you add whatever number of people that are coming in, this might also overstretch the resources in terms of the healthcare system, the education system, and other services that are being rendered by the government. So there are two sides to this particular story. I'm not sure how Kagame already, of course, has got it through. So I'm trying to figure out where this is going to end up eventually.
Work with our military as interpreters. What does it mean, a one-way ticket? All this is funneling a huge amount of taxpayer money into new smuggling routes to bring people back out of Rwanda. This is absolutely not going to work. The way that you stop people getting on those dangerous boats, as all of us want to do, is you offer people safe alternative ways to travel. This will not make refugees disappear. This is another desperate and cruel attempt by this government to distract from its own political difficulties by blaming foreigners for our problems. It is not going to work, and it is.
But I think that for most of these Africans that have left the continent and are gone into Europe, most of them find themselves working in farms in Spain, working in farms in Italy. Most of them, they are hired during, for example, when you do have the harvesting season, that is when you do find most of the migrants.
Exactly right, Spike. How you doing, Lisa? Hope you're doing well. Exactly right. They use this really immigrant labor as far as, because crops is seasonal, so when they're done picking the crops, they want their ass out of there, but they got nowhere to go. So you find a lot of homeless Africans around Spain and Italy, and these especially right on the Mediterranean. They face a lot of racism because they got to dodge the officials and all other kind of crazy stuff. So it's and then their family was going. The family setting up, send us money. We ain't got no money to send back to your ass. Send us money. You up in Europe now. Send us money. And they ain't got no damn money.
Things that go crazy. But anyhow, Boris Johnson has told them already, you better get yours ready to go to Rwanda.
By some of our partners, it is precisely because we have such a formidable army of politically motivated lawyers who for years have made it their business to thwart removals and frustrate the government. So I know that this system will not take effect overnight, but I promise that we will do whatever it takes to deliver this new approach. Initially within the limits of the existing legal and constitutional frameworks, but also prepared to explore any and all further legal reforms which may be necessary. Because this problem has bedeviled our country for too long and caused far too much human suffering.
This reminds me that there are some countries that are paid by other richer countries to be the dumping grounds for their waste. For example, I think Italy was dumping a waste in Somalia, and we also do have other countries. Not even the illegal dumping. We do have arrangements where some countries decide to take their garbage to other different countries, and it's crazy the way the world works. But for the UK and Rwanda has been quiet about it. I don't think Kagame has spoken on it. Kagame has rather been silent. He's getting that money, and he's not going to talk about it. And let me see if Kagame spoke anything. If anything has been said. Welcome to broadcaster, Sister Lisa. We almost are winding up with the broadcast, but we were talking about.
I don't think Kagame is going to say anything about it because it's benefiting him. So there's no harm, no foul on him. Like I said, saying anything. He gets a ready-made workforce of young men who really have no out. Once they get to Rwanda, they don't have any money. They're broke there. So they're going to have to do the work that he tells them to do, what he wants them to do. So, and he's going to get paid for these. And like I say, he's getting paid to bring these people in. And for him, I think it's a win-win situation.
That is, I would believe. And also another thing that has happened on the continent, which is also a win-win, is that the Democratic Republic of Congo, I was saying on the show sometimes back, it has officially joined the East African
East
community.
Africa?
Yeah, the East African community. So right now, people will be able to move very, very easily from Nairobi, going into Kinshasa, going into Goma, going into.
You should be able to. You should be able to. You should drop all the damn visas and the passports between these countries, at least the East African bloc. They make it easier for people to get back and forth around and have free movement of trade and everything else.
Yeah. So for a brother like Kakash God, who was saying he has his roots in Kinshasa, he can simply be able now to invest or maybe to move his businesses around in Tanzania, Rwanda, Uganda, Kenya, and Burundi. Is Burundi? Let me see. Is Burundi really Burundi part of the EAC?
I think Burundi is. I think Burundi is. Burundi's still pretty much closed. I think it is. It's part of the East African bloc. I think they put themselves as it. I don't know.
Yeah, it might be. I'm not sure which countries are in the East African community. We have Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda. Yeah, Burundi. It is. Burundi is part of the East African community. So 100%. That is correct. I was correct in that. But anyhow, family, we are winding up. For the immigrants right now who will just go to the UK, it will be crazy because next available bus.
Your ass will be on a plane back to you know where. Your ass will be on a plane back to you know where. That's where you're gonna be at. You're back on a plane. Hey, where are we going? Are we going to another British city? Yeah, we're going to another British city in Africa.
No.
You imagine how angry they gonna be because they did all that. You know how hard it is to get across the continent, across the Sahara Desert, all the damn the racist ass Arabs you gotta deal with on Northern Africa trying to organ harvest you, put you in slavery, then you finally get across the Mediterranean. You might be on a sinking boat, walk your ass all across Spain and France and got to England. Oh, I'm in England. Oh, yes. God save the Queen. That's right. God save the Queen, nigga. Here go your plane ticket. Oh, thank you. The English people have been so kind to me. Where am I going? Am I going to York? Or one of these other? Am I going to Birmingham? Yes, nigga, Birmingham, Africa.
But that's what it is. This is the Africa Fit for Correspond issue. We always are here to get to understand Africa better. And
What's up, family?
Going on now with everything. Till next time, much peace and love. I want to say kwaheri.